Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here, moving right along with our walkthrough of Thief the Metal Age. The mission for today is Precious Cargo, as usual, played on Expert. This is, in my opinion, kind of an understudied, underappreciated nook and cranny of the Thief universe, but a very challenging and rewarding mission. It's kind of unique in that as soon as you warp into the level, you are in imminent danger of being spotted, so you have to hit the ground running. So, let's hit the ground running.
If I were Cavador, where would I be?
What was that? It was not rats. Of that I'm sure, not in the builder's house.
That wasn't a lot of time to get out of the way. There's plenty of cover, but not a lot of time. Now, there's a lot of arrows and scouting orbs and flash bombs, mines. There's a lot of stuff to be collected around this level, and you want to get as much of it as you can because it's going to be real helpful in the next mission. And your inventory transfers, and you don't get a chance to stock up before the beginning of Kidnap. So she's going on her merry way. She's not on a very long circuit. We're going to want to quietly get up to the switch on this excavator, throw it. It's good enough. And the machine just made us some loot. There's no reason for any unpleasantness with her. We'll just be on our merry way.
It's a long way up.
I'll look so you can see. And we are going to be climbing up the rocks to get up there. You want to be quiet about this. There's mechanists and a sentry around, so you don't want to be hopping up and down on the rocks. As I said, you don't want to be hopping up and down on the rocks. Alright, now we're going to use these vine arrows to climb up. There's this watcher here. Your shadow is not especially good. See, it's suspicious. We're not under particularly good cover. Alright, we need to jump. We need to get to that switch on top of that wood there so we can turn the watcher off. This platform here is really slippery. I almost rolled right off, and that's a fatal fall. We gotta go through this hole on the left, right here, but it's narrow. Garrett can get stuck, just like I am right now. Okay, good. Barely made it. Because if you get stuck out there, the watcher will see you. Alright, so go through here. Throw the switch. Solves one problem. Now, I don't know if I can drop down there without suffering a hit point, so I'm going to turn around and go back through here and use the vine arrows, which is a bit risky, but I don't want to take a hit for nothing. Okay, so we need to throw the switch on this guy's right. We want the switch on his right.
'Twas just a moss in my eyes. For now all's clear.
Okay, that opened the gate to the workshop. Now we gotta go back on that hazardous platform. We start with this rope. See, I almost rolled right off. That would have been a lethal fall. Alright, you want to jump and grab a hold of this rope. Don't go all the way up. You got one crossbow woman standing guard here and one on roaming patrol. We're not going to wait for the other one to come back. We're just going to wait till she's got her back turned, and then we're going to go in through the workshop. Okay. This is the workshop. As you can see, we deactivated the Watcher.
An error fails to understand creation.
Okay, we're gonna go down this passage, through this hole in the wall, and this is the bottom of a well. There's a rope arrow. We'll climb up and out. Now be careful, there's a builder's child out here, a big one. And again, your shadows are usable, but not especially good. There's the lighthouse. Now that platform with the lights on it is where we would have been if we went past that Mechanist crossbow woman. This is just much more low-key. This is our next objective, this freezer. It's locked, we gotta get the key. Just wait for him to not be looking straight at us. See, your shadows really are not good out here. We got
Good Cog, is that you?
we got a crossbow woman here. She almost saw us.
Probably.
She almost saw
That had
us.
better
Now we
be
gotta open
rats
the
I
door.
hear over there.
Oh. Alright, let's have a look at the ground floor first. This mission gives you a lot of opportunities to put your scouting orbs to good use. Because again, there's a lot of close proximity in generally well-lit areas. And you open that door and peek in, he's gonna see you. If he's facing towards you. Ergo, you use the scouting orb to see what you're getting into first. Now you wanna stay low in here because there's a mechanist on roaming patrol outside those windows. He will see you. So let's get the moss arrows and get the loot and get out of here. And we proceed upstairs. We're going to be making a lot of use of this room in a minute.
Construction is proceeding as planned, friend. Even below thy feet we extend our workings. The structures those pirates left behind are structurally adequate, but they show their unworthiness in the clear light of the builder's torch. Soon, they will be replaced by iron and steel.
The lighthouse seems sound enough. When once I was a hammer.
The Order of the Hammer. Ha! The old ways are dead, my friend. Thou wert right to forsake the crudity of the hammer for the majesty of the gear.
Aye, 'tis true that the old ways are crude, but they can be effective still. Look around you, friend, at these rotting planks and beaten boards. 'Twould take but a hammer and nail to put things right again.
Again you think of the past, of repairing the unworthy wood. 'Tis folly. Begin anew, so that thy buildings know the glory of metal and gear. Something so corruptible deserves not the builder's regard.
Perhaps not, friend. Perhaps not. Still, it troubles my heart to look upon such disrepair.
Okay. So, let's get these water arrows. And obviously we're going to be going in there. That discolored segment of the wall is a door.
Mine
I was
instructions
messing
are
around
clear.
with...
None shall pass. Matching A unto
See,
A,
again, it's
B unto B,
hair sensitive in here.
such that complete is
Alright, we're going to stay out of his way. Now, don't put your vine arrow
there?
on
Who goes there?
the roof. Put it here on this hatch, this open hole, because that's a guard. It's an acolyte right to our left as we come up here, and you don't have to knock him out. If you put your vine arrow on the roof, on the inside of the roof, and have to jump off of it, then you're going to hit the wood and it'll alert him. But if you can just climb up off that hole, it'll be fine. And you saw I just dropped the moss arrow, so we can just quietly drop back down there, and there's no reason to knock out this guard here in the attic. I mean, it's, again, crammed quarters with a lot of mechanists. They're gonna say, what was that? But if you just play it easy, they won't come looking for you. Usually. Alright, so we don't want to walk into this guy. There he goes. We're good to go. Now, up here you can get away with this, but down below in the subaquatic outposts, it's harder. Their hearing is a lot better down there for some reason. Might have something to do with the fact that everything is iron and steel.
This should fetch a nice price.
So that antique navigation globe is a separate goal on the expert difficulty level. You can't beat the mission without collecting that. I, was attaching goals and stats to these videos, but again, this software I'm using on this legacy machine, some things have changed since I started this project, and for whatever reason, I'm having. It might have something to do with the Steam version of the Thief games, but I can't get screenshots the way I used to. I'm looking into it, but the show must go on.
Art thou there?
Now, while I was babbling about screenshots, you may have heard one of those acolytes thought he saw something or thought he heard something. But we were in that attic. So, was he outside? I was near that hole in the wall. What made him suspicious? I don't know. But, suffice it to say, this is we're hanging by a thread here. We may well waltz out of here without a single problem, but it's hair sensitive. Now there's a secret entrance into the lighthouse just past this pathway that the builder's child is on. So what we're going to do is we're going to not hit the metal. We're going to wait till we get to the stone in the shadow, and we're in the lighthouse. Now, what's around this corner? We don't know. So, we're still undercover. The builder's child isn't going to see us. Let's deploy the scouting orb. That's the regular entrance to the lighthouse from the house we were in. What's down there? I don't know, but I don't want to just go down there blind. I'm pretty sure there's a guard there beyond that,
Friend Enoch said switch to tea, but did I? And now my nerves are most thoroughly frayed.
Okay, so what's making her upset? I can't think of any reason why she should be seeing anything or hearing anything that would make her think she was. And it's just the dark engine and steam in unison. Alright, let's just be ready.
What drag? Hold! In
Uh-oh.
Karis' name, hold! I am besieged! Bring me thine aids!
Glitch. We got a glitch. Okay. No problem. In both parts of the life of the party walkthrough, one thing I was talking about is
The wheel seems to be missing a peg.
one thing I've been talking about is the fact that no two loads of a thief level are exactly the same, and the dark engine sometimes produces some very interesting, bizarre results, and that was just one of them. He saw us, but he got hung up, he got stuck on something, and I was able to use that to my advantage. I mean, yes, it was a blunder on my part, but why did it take... I should have been able to see him in the scouting orb. He didn't come that far, so, you know, it just got spooky, but we got out of it okay. So we go up here to the lighthouse. We just take that key. No reason for any trouble. Have a look around. Okay, down we go. So now we can go back out to that freezer I mentioned earlier, because we have the key. Yeah, I mean, the mechanists and the builder's children, they're being real twitchy at this low to the level. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay that walking straight into that acolyte right down here wasn't a blunder. It was, but, you know, I'm not sure if his... I can't remember off the top of my head if his roaming circuit should have taken him in view of that scouting orb I deployed or not. But let's leave him somewhere not in the middle of the little museum room there. It is bad technique to leave bodies around, obviously. Doesn't take anything to get caught. Okay, so let's go in here.
Wonder what they keep on ice.
Uh-oh.
Lotus?
Still I breathes, mechanist.
I'm no mechanist. I'm Garrett.
Garrett, yes. The lady knows me you would come.
Knew I would come? But
Hush, sneaksy friend. Time runs out. There be's a mechanist named Cavador. Garrus needs him. Relies he on his craftsy works. Garrus always asking, needs he ever more and more from Cavador. The Cetus Project. Cetus Amicus. Horror of the seas. Horror of the seas. Must, tells the lady.
don't worry. I'll find Cavador. Karis will be stopped.
You'll need... takes you the key. Beware. And... Garrett,
Yes, my friend. What can I do?
the cold feels nothing now. Garrett, I begs, return me to the green. Kill me.
Well, this is an unhappy honor. Yeah, I remember the first time I had to do this. I walked out of here and it was like, what the just happened? Oh. Get the heck out of here. Don't need this. Don't care what they do with it. Okay. Let's go back to the ship wheel. Let's not get noticed by the builder's child. Okay. Let's see what it does. Alright, there's a there's a watcher, an active watcher here to the left down this passage, and there's a acolyte by that control panel. Just want to use the shadows. Okay, there's a armored door there. You can see the door, and there's the sentry, the watcher. Okay, let's throw the switch. Don't need any trouble with this guy. So what should we do? Should we knock him out and add to the body count, or should we...
That must be the Cetus Amicus. Guess I'll sneak aboard and have a look
You hear
around.
that door opening. You hear that door opening, but there's the watcher there, and there's also another guard on roaming patrol coming up that passage. So, this guy can't really do anything.
Aha! I welcome them.
Okay, so we're gonna get on board the submarine. That other guard we just jumped past, he will simmer down. It's just pointless to add to the body count. Okay, so now Now we are on board the Cetus Amicus, the Mechanist Submarine. Not at all in a bad way, but I was a bit surprised. Again, the first time I played this message of Mechanist Submarine. But hey, I think it's a great idea.
Come into the light so that I might see thee.
Uh-oh.
Surely that's all 'twas.
Again, it's the crammed conditions and the loud surfaces. You just have to be careful on this level. Especially now that we're down here. One wrong step is a disaster down here.
Thou art new to the movement, friend.
'Tis the truth. Time past, I served the hammer, but my heart could no longer bear to see such hard times befall them, and such little spirit to carry on left. And 'tis clear to see that it profits little to be a hammer in these times.
Aye, many have come in such a wise. 'Tis not a hard task to see that we are the people.
Thou wert not with the order of the hammer before.
Nay, those brothers were always too stern and righteous for my choice. And they turned their faces away from our Lord Caris when he spoke of progress. When I heard of the great works he had made since he left them, I came.
As a hammer, I was oft forced to withstand the silent scorn of the masses. But the garb of a mechanist carries much prestige with it.
So beyond that door is the bridge, and there's two of them in there, and it's real neat looking, but it's not mission critical, and okay, so we're gonna go up this ladder. We use a scouting orb to make sure that door's closed.
That thou, friend?
I am gonna knock that guy out. Again, don't rush too much so that you forget stuff. Don't leave bodies lying around. And as always, we're here to steal. I always thought it was cool that Karis's portrait would be over the table in the officers' quarters. The officers' mess hall. That's really neat. Okay. I just think this is an awesome looking room. So we're gonna go back through here. Now let's not forget to retrieve our scouting orb, but let's look in here. I don't use flares, I don't like them. We don't need maces. Eh. There's some loot here. Oh, and you know what? How remiss of me. There's a captain's log entry in that red book in one of the bedrooms. We needed to have read that, but we're going to be coming back here, so.
Thou art caught. Come into the light.
Uh-oh. He'll get it. Yeah. There was a mission critical reading we had to do in there, but we'll get it on the return trip. We better. I'm not going to be able to end the mission without it. But we got a lot of other stuff to do first. Alright, so either get up here quickly or listen first. There's a large builder's child that's going to be coming through here. You drop down to this cover. Alright. That was a bit rushed. Again. Don't go so fast you don't go so fast you miss stuff.
And did falter and take flight, till he that is Carus did raise us up against them, that we, one and next, did raise us up.
So that acolyte on that roaming patrol, by jumping out of that window, we just don't have to deal with him. There's nothing to be gained by dealing with him, so I just chose to avoid him.
Come into the light so that I might see thee.
Oh! This guy's annoying because of where he's positioned. I will invest in taking him out. But you have to get him out of sight. We don't want him to drown, but sometimes you think you've got somebody in shadow and you don't. So we're just gonna chill out here for a minute. You want to strike the right balance between weaving in between various opponents on roaming patrol, finding what there is to be found in an area, and giving yourself just the right amount of breathing room so that you don't do it awesome until you screw up and lose everything because of one blunder. You can always pause in a shadow to collect yourself. Now, we're going to go up that ramp, and we have to operate both of the two switches.
Behold the work that I do for thee.
We got to get those doors open. Okay. Now, you have to be careful going in here. There's a guy roaming. I really try to make minimal use of moss arrows in these subaquatic outposts. Yes, there's metal everywhere, but you burn through your moss arrows real quick if you start using them. Alright, so be careful, but there's no reason to knock him out. There just isn't. It's risky not to, but there's just no reason to do it. Get these anti-slip carpets, so we turned that watcher off, which is very helpful. Now, really wouldn't try this at home, what I'm about to do here. Frontal knockouts are quite the roll of the dice. Look up. Okay. Now we need to get into the water, so we're going to go up and over the side. There's guards everywhere in here.
And he will be a leader of
Uh-oh. He might have caught sight of me. Yeah. Just... We gotta get over to here. Yeah, he saw me. Okay, I think he's simmering down. You wanna step in here for a minute? Oh, looky. It'd be inadvisable to detonate any mines in this level because everyone will hear them, but they're gonna be handy in the next mission, Kidnap. So, you've got that wooden plank there. I strongly recommend putting a vine arrow into it and just, you've got this shallow spot here where we can mount a vine arrow. So, yeah, they're a little suspicious. Are they zeroed in on us? No. Are they walking around looking for us? That one was, but not anymore. So now we're gonna have a look in here. This is where, I'll go ahead and tell you, this is where, we're gonna go into the next room once we catch our breath, and, the scripture passage that Karis's new scripture, the Master Builder. We gotta read the passage. It's a mission goal. Again, I wish I were able to, stop and show you all the readings, or even just the mission critical ones. I used to do the mission critical readings, but again, this machine and the system I have are so old that the software is getting finicky, and the information is available on YouTube. Someone has it uploaded. I know that for a fact. But I'm just trying to get through this walkthrough and knock out the Thief Gold missions. The good news is that I have a new machine on the way that it'll be better for doing the walkthrough of Thief 3 because I could do the Thief 3 walkthrough on this machine, but it probably wouldn't be great. It's gonna absolutely sing on the new machine, and the new machine will run Thief 4. So very soon I will be playing Thief 4, and it's actually looking a lot better for the Thief 3 walkthrough. All this machine just has to last me about 7 more levels. The remaining 4 of Thief 2, and then the Thief Gold levels. Then its work is going to be done.
Then shalt thou prosper.
So that's the update. I mean, it's basically all but a guarantee that I will... As long as when I install it, it runs, and as long as the software I'm using works on Windows 7, I'm not anticipating any trouble. It's all but a guarantee that I'll get the walkthrough of Thief 3 done now. I'm really thinking I'm going to leave Thief 4 to younger Thief fans. I've said that several times already, I know, but we'll see. I've gone from not even really knowing when I was even going to be able to play Thief 4, if ever. Oh, that sucks. I wonder how that happened. I don't think that unfortunate guard is usually down there. I wonder how that happened. I sure didn't do that. But you know, it's not unheard of for a guard or a civvy in especially, you know, in the first two games. Stranger things have happened. Okay, so now we're gonna go up through here. This is just a low-key way to get out of the subaquatic outpost so we can get into the other one. Just gonna let this large builder's child, this child of Karis, get past us. Uh-oh. There's really no good way past him. It really is easier just to knock him out. Again, take the flash bombs. I'm ignoring the what is it? The flares now. You can break that glass and get an extra health potion and an extra breath potion, but it's loud. It's noisy.
Let us give thanks to the builder, for he hath formed my hands with fingers.
It'll mess this guy up.
And behold my fingers interlock with cogs, like cogs on a gear. I am part of his unbeholdable machine. Therein lies my salvation.
There's a roamer down on that platform. Again, get the resources.
The saplings did so unnatural prance that we feared of the forms, most unholy wrought, and did
just see what we're getting into.
Till he that is Canis did raise. Is that thou, friend?
Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna come back for this later. We don't need this right now. We are gonna need to deal with him, but not at the moment. He's guarding keys that we're gonna need to use to get into some of the supply lockers on the submarine. And it's a cornucopia of supplies. Now you can, it's helpful to swim under, because there's this guy on roaming patrol and it's brightly lit, so it's easier to swim under here. You gotta swim to beat this level. Okay, careful. But again, we don't need to knock him out. Tempting though it might be, we don't need to knock him out. Whoops. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay. Alright, now this is a mission critical goal. We need that. Let's see. You can't beat the level if you don't get that object. It's the cultivator. Just pick the lock. Okay.
The piston connected
We're
to the
almost where we
spiral
need to
valve.
be.
The spiral valve connected to the step gear connected to the steam jack. Oh, hear thee the word of Karis. What noise dost make?
Of course, he did hear us jumping down into the water, but A, he can't see us, and B, what's he gonna do? Now, we have some treasure to find. But it isn't here. It's back where all those other highly tense guards are. So, we have to go back through here and back into the other subaquatic outpost. We're not missing anything. We've already been here. Okay. Gotta be careful because we got our guy on roaming patrol. And, I'm thinking that this particular acolyte is really cramping my style. So, I am going to bop him. Again, really wouldn't try that at home. Smooth. Real good.
Someone plays at mischief.
Even smoother. Bad form, but is that
On my side.
ain't really gonna hurt us too bad. We're just gonna mosey on through. He'll simmer down. He is not gonna find me. But again, never go so fast that you forget the loot. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here, and we need to get back into the water out here. These guards are all upset, and they're sort of probably just permanently on alert now. Alright, we got some excavating to do.
Unroot thy feet, friend. An intruder is amongst us.
I'm not exactly sure how they're catching sight of me, but they are. They'll either calm down or... Okay, all these boulders need to be moved. You can get in there without getting all of them out of the way, but they can very much get in your way on your way out. And you don't want that because you're probably going to be running out of air, just like we are right now. Honestly, all the guards in this level have been really twitchy the whole time. I don't think I'm being nearly that sloppy, actually. I just think it's a weird low level. Because certainly I've made a few mistakes, and yeah, there's a bunch of incidents where something I did would certainly make them suspicious, but I can't account for all of their twitchiness. So let's go through here. This is one of the most scary and annoying little puzzles in the Thief universe. We have to get the treasure.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Yeah, Garrett, that guy there is not asleep. I'm glad Garrett sees the humor in this. It's not a difficult puzzle, but boy, it can be nerve-wracking. Run. I'm stuck. Oh, man. Now, let's not try that again. Gee. It bothers me every time. I don't like it. It's time for us to get out of here. So jumping in the water makes a lot of noise. You just have to be mindful of that. So we have to read the captain's log and sequester ourselves into one of the cargo holds of the Cetus Amicus. Go up here and we will reboard the ship. Oh, come on. Now that key we picked up, when we drop down into the water, opens this door number 5, which is where we're going to hide to end the level. Okay. But there's supplies in these other doors. No, that ain't it. Okay, what am I forgetting here? Okay. This is a senior moment. There's supplies in all of these storage lockers. We're definitely not leaving without getting our hands on these. What is... I know what it is. Alright. Ugh. This is what happens when you play computer games into your 30s. You start getting forgetful. I mentioned, when we were over in this area, I mentioned we were going to be coming back for something. There's that guard who was facing the wall. He's sitting on the keys for the other storage lockers, which are full
Just
of
a
supplies,
boiler,
so
hiss? Or perchance something worse?
we got to get those keys. And to think, I knew we needed to come here, and then it just totally fell out of my mind. There we go. Can't believe I forgot that. Alright, now we go. Yeah, he's coming. I'm gonna stay under here. I just thought that lighting unit down in the bottom there was cool. Okay. Let's seal the hatch. Now we have to read the captain's log. So we actually have to go back upstairs. Oh. Now was that smart? But let's get our supplies. While we do, I'll just mention that Kidnap, again, is a very long level. It is really a brawl of a level. I mean, it's a level that has specific heavily fortified areas and then sort of a loop that you use to access them. And when you're accomplishing your mission critical goals, yes, you use stealth, but the mission area, let's call it, of Kidnap, it's so highly developed, and there's a lot of security systems and a lot of personnel. To ghost it would be a hours-long video, so I'm not going to turn it into a level of Doom, but it's going to be a bit more of a brawl. So that's why the supplies in these lockers are absolutely indispensable. And once we get through with kidnap, then we're on to casing the joint, masks, and sabotage at Soulforge. Could think of really the final sequence of the game. So again, I don't like carrying a bunch of stuff, even if it's just for a brief amount of time before we get out of here. Probably being OCD, but such good habits that I have as a Thief player. It's maintained through habit. Okay. Let's go up and read that entry in the captain's log.
What noise there?
Okay, so you have to read this. And that changed the situation. Up until now, you thought you were going to kidnap Cavador, but he's not here. Brother Cavador. He's not in the level. Just to provide background for people who came to this level thinking you were going to kidnap somebody, but that's what the next level is going to be about. So, until then...
Tight fit. I hope it's a short ride.